I'm just one game like Animal Crossing. They showed off a lot, single thing. Like you want to keep some things as a surprise. You don't want to show off. You want to show off the main components of the game, and other stuff you can kind of guess based on how it's going to build off. Like when they show Far Cry, they don't go, "Hey, fishing's returned." You just know fishing's going to be there because they talked about it in like a behind-the-scenes interview. And if you're playing that game for the fishing, you didn't see it in the trailer, most likely.
Right, right.
They might
I
have
mean,
put
I
it
don't
in
know.
like a fun trailer, like look how wacky we are. We even have fishing, like. But in one trailer, they're going to be like, "This is a first-person shooter, first and foremost. You're going around, you're toppling down a bad guy. You're here for the bad guy. You're here for that. You're not here for fishing. Some of you might be, but you don't have to put every feature into a trailer."
Fair.
I don't know who's in for fishing for Far Cry, but whoever you are,
You do. He's real tall.
I officially put him in the same list of people that make Assassin's Creed.
I will. Well, you are their king, so.
Shut up.
Listen, don't talk about chalkboard like that.
Chalkboard? Is that where we're going this week? I like that chalkboard.
I like chalkboard,
We
but
haven't used chalkboard.
other than that, I liked the trailer that they showed. I thought it was. Kevin said it's slow paced. I thought it wasn't slow paced. It literally was interstitial cuts of somebody fighting, and yeah, it's a looter shooter, but that's not what they needed to show me. They just wanted to show me the combat. It was set to music. I thought it looked pretty good, and that's why I recommended it to Kevin, and I was right about that. So honestly, did the marketing work? I would say yes.
Wow.
Well, I guess it works on some people. I don't know. You could show me whatever. Okay, so you could show me whatever gameplay elements in an Assassin's Creed game. I hate it. I don't care.
Well,
what you
that's
show me.
because that's a brand recognition thing. You hate it because of the name.
You could show me the things that I loved about it too, and I still hate it.
Because you know it's Assassin's Creed.
Now, if you take the word Assassin's Creed out of it and you show me a game that looked like that, I may be intrigued.
Absolutely, yeah. We're well
like,
aware of
oh.
that bias.
This is cool.
We're well aware of it. Almost nothing to do with this topic, but I like where your head's at. Good job. Keep going.
I can't take the King of Assassin's Creed comment anymore.
Yeah, it's getting to you. It's definitely getting to you.
Oh God, it's hurting my soul.
All right, we'll take it away.
Comments?
Nope, he's
right.
dead.
Justin Odo has nothing to say. He thought the game looked like trash, and he hopes everyone who works on it dies.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
His words, not mine. His words, not mine.
What is going on with you, man? Why you wishing death upon people? We don't do that in this podcast.
Our history is kind of like America's. We just ignore the first like 80 episodes or so.
100%, absolutely, yeah.
Or 40? I don't even know.
It doesn't get good unless you reach episode 50. That's really where it gets really good, you know.
Once we got rid of a guy and gave rights to everybody else, it started to be okay.
100%. I would agree. Anyway, so.
And then you got this devilishly handsome guy right here.
Yeah, I would agree. We got that man over there. And
My
I don't know who never got up. Nah, it's not important.
All right. Now, let me ask you guys this. Do we want to do rumors this week?
Yes.
Considering we just came off of, the big few conferences we had.
I mean, if you have rumors, yeah. If you have something you think's worthy of sharing, I'd say throw those out there. Also, the big conferences had been had, and there were a lot of things missing. Missing.
You know what? I want to talk about that for a little bit. So, I know we touched upon something in the last episode when we were giving our opinions and all that about what the conferences were, what we rated them, and all that. What I want to talk about actually a little bit is what we thought we were going to see a bunch of different things. What is the top 3 things we missed from these few conferences that we had that we really, really thought was going to be there? I don't know if anybody wants to go first. I'll go first if nobody else wants to go first yet.
Go for it.
We'll
go
one.
Down the table.
Yeah, 2.5.
Perfect Dark wasn't there at all. It was dead.
Really?
Perfect Dark was
nowhere.
nowhere. I thought
Yeah,
Perfect Dark was
so
going to be there.
Chalkboard and Kevin were pretty adamant that one wasn't going to be there.
Yeah,
And
I thought it was going to be
based
there.
on the news, honestly, looking back now, even though I was and most likely still am, kind of with you, Genesis. Chalkboard and Kevin both said, like, based on everything that's come out about this, I guarantee you they won't even talk about it, and they did. They just ignored it.
It's crazy how far Xbox has gone to ignore that. Um, Halo. I thought more Halo was going to be there because
It's interesting, yeah.
I think campaign stuff is still not fully out for the game, or is the full
Campaign's
campaign out?
done. They just need the co-op, which they already announced before that it's going to go into beta in July. They had nothing more to share about it.
Okay. There's still pieces of this game missing though. It's not fully 100% there yet. There's still
Campaign's
co-op
done.
missing. No, I mean like overall what they promised in the original package.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like,
Campaign's really the only thing, or the co-op
Yeah.
is the only thing that's missing at this point.
Yeah.
They also
multiplayer
went
all the
through a
way
whole
there?
racist thing recently.
Really?
Yeah, they put up a slur in an image for Juneteenth. They didn't realize that it was a slur in an image. So,
Oh.
yeah, it was a whole thing. They were not happy
Yeah,
with
I
it.
looked that up and
Yeah.
couldn't find the slur, so I got real confused.
Yeah, it's not a slur I recognized. But
I went out of my way to try to figure out why people were upset, and I couldn't.
Well, I looked it up,
GG.
and I saw like a tweet of somebody explaining it. But yeah, no, it wasn't optic wise. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good weekend for them. But it seemed to be okay now.
I mean,
Ish.
yeah.
I don't know.
The
They still
last
haven't
thing.
brought up Warzone, which
Oh God,
they
yeah.
have mentioned, but they have yet to
Yes,
actually like
quite a
show.
bit. They haven't brought out anything with Warzone, and I'm
No.
like, what? You
Even though
guys had
that
this
mode
thing
already
coming out.
existed in Halo 5, but that's fine.
I think
Don't pay
again,
attention
it's
to
not
that.
called Warzone. That's why they've renamed it to something else.
Well, they would have to at this point because Call of Duty kind of
Yeah,
ran with that title.
but yeah, we
like,
talked about this. They
even so,
renamed it and they
yeah.
have talked about it.
We haven't seen it yet, though.
Oh yeah, no, they're way behind still.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that's par for the course for them. I don't even think the Master Chief Collection is done yet.
Don't worry about that. Any day.
Rip PC.
The last thing, and this is not really just a game, more of just an overall showing. No Nintendo. They were just silent.
That's true. Wow.
They were silent. They were gone. And I really thought that this would be. I mean, their last direct definitely stacked up 2022 for them. But I would have thought if I was Nintendo, I'd be coming out and talking about Pokemon more. And when they announced a direct,
they're doing a direct specific for Xenoblade, aren't they?
Oh yeah, that's just Xenoblade though. They've not. I mean, they haven't done anything else. And Xenoblade's coming out in July. That's why they're talking.
Yeah, I would imagine they're gonna have one eventually. I just assumed they were like, well, we're not ready this month. We'll do one next month.
But here's the thing: like you have yourself. They've prepared themselves pretty well for 2022. There's still big titles that they have not spoken about at all.
For this year?
That are supposed to be coming out for 2022 or 2023. Like Bayonetta, we haven't seen. The only one trailer we got was that initial trailer they showed, which was a few months back. That's still slated for 2022.
So Nintendo has been doing something different lately, and similar to Sony, they've kind of just been announcing things, and then a few months later they come out. So, like in regards to release dates, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a direct sometime in July or even August, because we have Xenoblade and then Splatoon coming out right in August.
Those are two big. That's two big Nintendo titles.
Yeah, and then September is when they usually have a direct, so they might even just wait till September. Which they did last year, because that one Twitter account that tweets when was the last Nintendo Direct.
That's true.
So, yeah, Nintendo doesn't even need to speak, honestly, right now, because they're like, we still got big games coming out this year. Everyone knows the biggest game of next year is not coming out till next year, so we can just...
Yeah, the one that everybody's waiting for.
Switch is still selling. They don't need nothing. Nintendo gotta do nothing.
It was surprising that I thought I would have seen something at least from them, but
it was weird.
it is what it is. No Gears, 100% as well. I was thinking
What happened
there was
to
gonna be
3?
Gears.
Oh no.
What happened
They're
to
still
3?
hiring for Gears.
I added another one. I'm sorry, because you said you had 2.5, so I was like, I'll probably add another one.
They're still hiring for Gears.
Are
don't
they
even
still
have all the
hiring?
mocap people. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for me. Anybody else wants to go? Please go right ahead.
I was surprised that id's next title wasn't even like mentioned at
Oh, the
Microsoft
Quake,
Bethesda.
the Quake reboot
We
they were
all
doing.
assume it's Quake because
Yeah.
of job postings, but like it wasn't even mentioned. They just sort of went hard on Fallout and what else did Bethesda bring? They brought something else. Oh, Starfield. Um,
And updates to other games.
yes, and
And
updates to other
Redfall.
games.
Redfall,
Like,
and
yeah, Redfall was another one that. Thank you. And then what was it? High Isle for ESO. Something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
something
and
like
then
that.
Fallout 76.
Yeah,
The
Fallout
Pit.
76, The Pit. Yeah. Um, but yeah, like there was no mention of what it was doing with all those other titles. That was shocking. I really didn't expect much. I actually expected it to be like, oh yeah, we're working on Quake, but if you want to see anything, you have to wait till QuakeCon. Even though I'm pretty sure QuakeCon was canceled this year, they'd still like come up with a day sometime in
Sure.
August to show that off. Um, but nope, nothing for that. What else? Man, I don't even know. I didn't really have a whole lot of expectations for games because I think 2023 is gonna be pretty vacant. Um, yeah. What else did I make? What else did I guess? I guess that might be the only one. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Like, oh man, that was there. Oh, Metal Slug Tactics is kind of weird that wasn't there. We'll go with that, sure. Because I feel like that game should be coming out soon. There's not a whole lot that you have to do for a grid system turn-based tactical game. Yeah. Got information on Project Warlock 2. That wasn't part of the shows though, sadly. Rip. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Seen enough God of War, so that wasn't out of place.
I mean, we didn't see God of War pop up yet in this one.
Scraping.
Oh, sorry.
Think this.
No.
There's some crumbs on my bed.
I would have loved to see. I would have loved to see God of War, but we didn't see none of that yet.
Yeah. Well, that's I guess true because PlayStation didn't do anything.
Correct. They just the state of play in the beginning.
Right. Man, I'm racking my brain here. I can't really think of anything that I was like, oh man, that wasn't there. Wow. Help me out if somebody knows I made count.
I got 2.5, so I guess I'll go.
Please go ahead.
Hellblade 2.
God, yeah.
I was surprised that wasn't there. We saw gameplay in December. I really expected them to be like, hey, this is coming out in September or like sometime this year. They didn't.
Right.
It wasn't even an Xbox show, which is within the next 12 months. Does that mean that's not coming out within the next 12 months? I found that very strange because they just keep showing that game off, and then they just went completely silent on it. So
yeah.
I think everyone who knows about that game thought it was much closer than it was, because it clearly seems to be way further out than what they first showed.
Yeah, I mean, based on that, I feel like also it should have been like they're giving the impression that okay, here's gameplay. We're pretty far into the game.
Yeah.
It should be coming out within the next year or so.
Does that mean Redfall
for a 2022 game?
They never gave a date to it.
Oh, they never did. Okay.
No, they never did. And I guess Redfall's probably coming out before it. Does that mean Starfield's coming out before it as well?
That's crazy. And Hellblade first before those two?
That's
insane.
So that's where I was very confused. That's why I doubled down on my guess for that game being announced and given a date, because I was 100% sure that was going to be there, and I was shocked when it wasn't. Another thing.
Team Ninja also announced something else. Like it's Ninja. No, that's Ninja Theory working or Team Ninja on that
Ninja
game?
Theory.
Oh, Ninja Theory and Team Ninja.
Yeah, they're
too.
not.
Okay,
Yeah, they're not working on anything else. It's just that, as far as we're aware. The other thing I was shocked. I shouldn't really be shocked. I really thought at Summer Game Fest we would have got more about the Wonder Woman game, because they just put out a teaser trailer for the Wonder Woman game at the December event. I thought they would put out like a little bit of gameplay or maybe even the first gameplay section, but clearly that's not even close to being done. So that was just like a personal want. I'm not like as shocked as I am about Hellblade 2, but at the same time, like I just wanted to see that. So I'm a little disappointed about that.
Real good one you brought up there. That's crazy.
That's and then insane. My half was Sony presence. But Sony's presence at Jeff Keighley shows is usually pretty good. They were there a little bit, but they didn't have anything where, like, I think people expected at least one first-party Sony game to show something. Maybe like, hey, look, I wouldn't even been shocked if they did like, hey, by the way, Spider-Man's coming to PC. If they put another trailer there, I wouldn't have liked it, but that's exactly what Sony should have done. But then their conference, the State of Play, that was Jeff Keighley branded that with the Summer Game Fest, so I guess they didn't think they had to. But I honestly thought Sony would have a bit more of a presence there. And I'm a little disappointed that they didn't, but that also, I think, means that eventually we're just going to get a God of War-centric State of Play within the next couple months.
I hope so, and I think they knew his Summer Game Fest was going to suck this year.
Yeah,
clearly, they started it off with a. Listen, they started it off very well.
I don't think they watched Jeff's show and was like, "Yeah, this is what we're going to do." I don't think they ever watched Jeff's show. I think they don't care how Jeff's show does, because if they put a trailer there, then their trailer could still do really well. Also, Last of Us was there. It wasn't great, but like, even though that's Sony first party, it's also a remake, so I didn't really count that. But yeah, I don't know. I expected a little bit more out of that. But that wasn't the biggest disappointment of that show. The show was. But yeah, and then Xbox. I expected more dates for things as well.
Xbox is very vague with a lot of their stuff.
Well, not really, because they kind of put like, hey, within a year. So we at least have some sort of timeline. But at the same time,
things that happened before that statement was made, and then there was things that like.
Well, at the same time, though, there were like 4 games shown before, or 2 or 3 games shown before that statement was made. So that's whatever. But at the same time, they also put out games that were like, this is coming out in September, but they didn't give it an actual date, which is like, am I supposed to believe September? Like, if you believe in September, you believe in the month, but you don't believe in the date. Okay, fine, date it for the end of September. Like, I don't understand what's going on there.
So the 2-day embargo they've been doing, that's
that 2-day embargo thing is weird, and that's what I
got another thing when it comes around.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm done.
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt. Okay. Gundam Evolution honestly kind of shocks me too. I would feel like they'd want to pump that game up again, especially coming off of a really favorable network test period for PC and going into a new one on consoles, because like I feel like the game's not getting a whole lot of press, or like they're not doing a lot of marketing for their own game, which I know it's still being like tested, but it's doing very well. And like you're going up against Overwatch 2 now, you have to. So I feel like they gotta up their marketing presence.
I'll tell you what, Kevin. I'll give you a counterpoint on that.
Do it.
I don't think they need to. I think that when they showed
Overwatch 2 will kill itself. No.
I think if Overwatch 2 is amazing, I think Gundam's still gonna find an audience, the exact same size of audience that it finds if Overwatch 2 is amazing or if it sucks. Because I think automatically you're limiting the audience with Gundam. Like, if you don't like Gundam, which kind of sucks, and you should play it, based on how Kevin talks about it and what they'll probably say next week, Kevin and Genesis, so tune in for that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that they got that PlayStation, they got the, like, to pop in that State of Play like
Yeah.
a few months ago, or the showcase. I don't remember at this point. I think it was a state of play in January
Was
or
it-
I think it
February.
was State of Play.
Yeah,
That was a
February.
showcase, actually.
No, that was
No, it was
February
like
was a
May,
showcase.
April or May,
no February was
because
not a showcase. It was a state of play. I thought.
You sure? There's only been 2
Yeah.
showcases. That was
Showcases are September.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, KOTOR was at the September show. I'm pretty sure it was Project Parasite Eve or whatever. I don't remember. It's so hard to keep track of anything.
Project Eve, I think.
Yeah. The Korean game Desunota wants, but I just don't think.
Slitter, whatever. I
Yeah.
think was in the same batch, wasn't it? Yeah.
I think so. But I don't think Gundam needs to pump money into marketing. I think they need to pump money into the game, and I think that companies will literally go, "Hey, this looks good. Come to our console. Hey, this looks good. Do a network test on our console." The most press this game will get is all the first reviews from this network test. It would have been nice to appear at like the Sony show, like sign up for the network test, but they probably were like, "Hey, we're already getting a lot of players in on this. Let's just keep the network test kind of quiet. Like if fans find out, cool. If not, whatever." And they're probably happy with what they got. And then after impressions of this, it'll probably explode. Because I guarantee you, Gundam's going to find its player base based on how you've talked about it. I don't think it needs to put money into marketing. It's technically is marketing. It's more grassroots marketing, which with word of mouth. So it doesn't. I definitely don't think it needs to pump money. Overwatch 2, that needs to pump money into it to convince people that it's not Overwatch 1.
0.5.
I don't know, 1.1.
No, not only that, you have to convince people that it's not just 1, because it literally looks like 1.
It looks the
Well,
same.
because it is.
No, I mean like
this
not
is the second beta
gameplay.
they're going into, and they still haven't freaking baited Overwatch.
Again,
2.
I'm saying from like a general perspective. I didn't play Overwatch. I played the beta. I played May, the Ice Lady, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I honestly thought if that I was back in the day and Overwatch 1 was coming out, that's the exact same footage I saw.
Yeah.
Like, if I wasn't caught by Overwatch 1, Overwatch 2 is not going to get me. You have to market the crap out of that to the general audience because the hardcore already know that it sucks and it's 1.1. So you got to sell it to new players who are dumb enough to jump in so you can boost up that player base so when hardcore people go in and kill a bunch of losers, then they're like, wow, I'm great at Overwatch, so then they stream it and then it becomes big. That's what you got to do.
Okay.
It's a strategy.
Right.
That's also what Activision does.
I see it. Yeah.
Also, Cyberpunk, it's get everybody in on day one, and if they spend enough money, we can fix all the issues that it had in the next few months and hopefully retain our player base enough. That's literally what every game does nowadays. But, yeah, that's just a counterpoint to what you were saying.
Oh, I like it. It was good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Who has Desunota?
Yeah, you got anything you were hoping to see from there, but you missed? I think I know the top one already.
Bloodborne PC.
Yeah, like one big Sony announcement, like Adam was saying before, that wasn't really there. Even if it wasn't Bloodborne, I was kind of pissed that Neil Druckmann came on stage with literally nothing except for
concept
we're working on it still.
I don't even think he wanted to talk about that, if I'm honest.
Like the remake, I'm pretty excited for because it looks really good.
Yeah, test convinced me.
A lot better than the PS3, even the PS3 remaster on the PS4.
Yeah.
But even though I still look at the PS3 screenshots and I'm like, there's a certain charm about the old look, and
there's a certain charm to Joel because he looks like he's about to sneeze in the old version of PS3. Like his face is so scrunched, and on the new version he just looks like a short, sad old man. And I can't wait to play that. Also, Naughty Dog, let us know if there's a dodge mechanic. You said Ellie could dodge because she's young. Are you remaking Last of Us 2? Gameplay for The Last of Us, and you're not going to have a dodge? I need to see gameplay. I need to see gameplay from there.
Show more details because there's so much stuff in part 2 that they could put.
Yeah, we need gameplay. It's coming out September, it might be at the showcase then, or maybe it'll be in a state of play before that. But yeah, we definitely got to see a little bit more on that for me.
Because
to
all
be
they've
convinced.
been showing is the cutscenes.
Yeah,
that's it.
Cutscenes look really, really good.
Oh yeah, they look amazing.
Yeah,
I've seen no Metroid Prime 4 this year again, sadly.
Nobody thought it would be here.
So I don't know. Whenever they have something, maybe they'll show it then.
My God, the day that something comes out for that, you are just gonna be like screaming beyond belief. You probably lose your voice.
When they dropped that one teaser, the logo, just the stupid logo, the fucking logo of this game, and you hear the background. I was losing my fucking mind. I was screaming and screaming. Man, I wish I had a recording of that.
Now, the day he gets a goddamn CG trailer, he'll literally just be orgasming in his pants. That's it.
I'll
This is done.
Blow up. Everywhere.
All over the walls. It'll be all over the screen. Just everywhere. The entire room's gonna be drenched. That's all it is.
Spend thousands of dollars to replace everything.
Yes, yeah. Everything will just be so fucking sticky from everything. It's horrible.
Aside from that, Capcom showed RE4 walking Leon.
I want to see more of that.
Thrilling battles, but they didn't show any thrilling battles, so I was pissed at that. So I want to see more gameplay for that.
They didn't show a lot of walking, but somehow they still beat Abandoned.
Yeah. They definitely did. They actually showed the character model walking.
Yeah.
Not just his legs. What else?
I got one.
Oh.
Don't you dare say it.
All the Elden Ring DLC hype that was there wasn't was
too
absent.
early.
I don't know. Even an announcement, like
too early.
That we're working on it.
Yeah, no, that's not who that studio is. They'll wait till they have an epic trailer, and then they'll be like, "Here you go."
They will fucking pitch things as early as possible. It's Bandai Namco we're talking
not
about.
The studio. I didn't say the publisher. The studio.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
FromSoft operates very specifically. It's true.
For all the hype that Silent Hill was getting, that was also not there. There was a ton of fucking... Yeah, I know, Kevin. You thought I was going to say something else. No, I wasn't going to say that.
Yeah, I did.
I know, we all thought he was going to say Abandoned.
No, for all the hype Silent Hill was getting, real surprised that wasn't there. And I 100% thought that was going to be there. When Kojima came up on the fucking screen, I was like, oh shit, here we go. No, I really thought that was going to be there too. I did not know.
When he came up on screen, he was like, "Oh shit, here we go," and then he said his piece, and he was like, "Oh come on, you son of a."
Well, I was more pissed that he fucking appeared at the Xbox.
I thought he would actually show what he's working on, not say, "Hey, I signed a contract to make millions. All right, bye." Like, all right. Cool, man. Cool.
That alone probably got a lot of the Xbox Kojima fans real excited. They got
all wrecked. 12 of them.
Yeah.
quite a few.
The other people who are like, "Who's this guy? Oh, he made that shitty Metal Gear game where they recast, and then the studio fired him."
The internet. No, they didn't. Okay.
Then he made that shitty walking game that only Sony ponies like. That's what those Xbox people thought. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
Now, then there's all the Sony fanboys who are all fucking upset, just like me, of him fucking appearing on the Xbox.
So upset, like little babies. They messaged poor Daddy Kojima, and he had to be like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm still friends with your mother, even though we don't sleep in the same bed anymore." Like, it was so stupid. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, I'm still friends with Sony." He literally put out a tweet saying, "I'm still friends with Sony. Like we still have a very friendly relationship." Like just because he was getting so many messages, he was getting so much hate for betraying Sony to go to Xbox. Dude, he didn't want to be bought. He said he wasn't going to be bought. He wanted to go everywhere. Sony or Kojima just wants to spread his seeds of imagination. All right.
That and Xbox probably wrote him a blank check and said, "Please just come here and say a few words."
Absolutely. He was
Fucking
like, "Hey, I want to work with
Xbox
because of their cloud. I want to work for them
because of the cloud."
Well, that's what he said. He's working on a game based on the cloud.
That's what he said.
Even though, hey, I don't know if anybody remembers, like 3 or so years ago, Sony and Xbox teamed up because they wanted to combine their cloud computing because they thought cloud was the future. So I guess he could have done that here as well, but
that was a lot of bullshit from 3 years ago.
It's not bullshit.
Whatever happened to that.
You want to know what it is? It's console wars. Your idea and everybody's idea of him betraying Sony is bullshit. Kojima does what Kojima does for the money. I'd leave this podcast for another one for money. I'm telling you right now. And you all should too. I'm just saying. As Desunoto slowly pees and Kevin slowly spins.
I was rinsing my hands.
Yeah, because you peed. I got it. We got it. Don't have to lie to us.
We're gonna have a serious conversation after this podcast. All right.
Who, me and you?
No, Adam and I. We're gonna have a serious conversation afterwards.
Really?
Anyway.
Really? What information do I have, huh? I'm safe for a while, man.
You son of a bitch.
No, I would never do that. I would never do that. Hey, whatever you put in what hole, that's between me and you. You know?
Oh Lord.
You know? I'll be your folder.
Oh God. Is this what blackmailing feels like? Is this what being blackmailed feels like? Is this what like?
Not yet.
Oh God.
We're getting there.
Oh no.
Alright, are we doing rumors?
No, we're skipping rumors for this week. There's nothing. 100%, there's nothing. The only little rumor that we could talk about is Tom Henderson keeps saying that there's a goddamn state of play next week, and I'm like, I don't know.
Honestly, I feel like that's worth talking about.
All right, well, okay, let's talk about that then. So, Tom Henderson has put out multiple tweets about apparently Sony having a state of play for God of War. I don't know if it's specifically God of War, but just state of play involving God of War next week.
That
also,
right.
He's talking about them releasing 5 different pieces of hardware, 3 of them being headsets and 2 other ones being something else. The 3 headsets apparently got leaked already. They're called in-zone headsets. That's the branding that Sony's using.
Kind of ugly.
Yeah, they're pretty ugly.
There's a new controller that keeps flying around.
Yeah, that was not confirmed by him. He said 2 other things, so 5 total pieces of hardware.
Well, that new controller is, I don't want to say it's confirmed, but I would say you don't have to take that with a grain of salt. Because a lot of people were like, yeah, this is real. And then they were like, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say anything about it. Don't quote me. So, that controller, Sony is definitely working on customizable controllers.
I am selling my 2 white DualSenses, and I will be buying a customizable Pro controller. So.
I'm selling no controller. I will hoard controllers until they control me.
Alright, so what other hardware are we taking here?
Well,
3 headsets.
Okay, so the hardware is 3 headsets and 2 monitors. There's no actual assuming on what it's going to be. They already confirmed that they're monitors.
Oh, did they clarify the monitors? I didn't see the parts.
Yeah, it's 2 monitors, and in that article with the controllers, they talk about the monitors in there as well.
Wait, is it like NVIDIA monitor? Wait, what are we talking?
So you remember the PlayStation TV that came out a couple of years ago with PS3 and MotorStorm and things like that, where it was like a PlayStation branded television that was like 28 inches?
Keep on talking. My answer is still no.
Okay, I kept giving you more details.
Give more details. Give more details. My clip. Happened around 2011 to 2013, I think. You can wear glasses, and each of you, 2 people could wear glasses, and you both could see different levels of 3D. You could also have a screen sharing feature. Boom! Told you he would remember.
I do kind of remember that.
See, we got him.
And it sounded stupid. But,
also, I don't know why Genesis brought this up. That's just an example of a television set they made.
Well, that's because they're announcing 2 television sets and
2 monitors.
And I think they're using the same branding.
Oh, they're not televisions; they're monitors. That's different.
Can I use a monitor to monitor the other monitor while it monitors the other monitor?
Hall monitor. And yes.
I'm sure you can.
Why are they called monitors?
Because they were used for security cameras.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right, that was quick.
Well, cool. Hey, kids, if you ever want to bullshit Kevin, it's real easy. Just say whatever you want, you know?
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know.
You know how to follow that up?
I don't know.
All right, kidneys and pizza. And follow that up instead.
Kidney pizza, somehow bad for your kidneys.
I mean, they do induce kidney stones if you eat too much pizza, because too much pizza will lead to heart disease and diabetes and things like that, which could also lead to kidney stones depending on what your diet is after the fact of that happening. So there's your response to that.
I'm proud of you.
Other than that, though, the odds of a state of play happening next week, I mean, it's the end of the gaming month. Yes, I would probably have to lean on the side of agreeing with Adam. What I want out of the state of play, I don't think they're going to show us much except for God of War. I really only think it's going to be Peripherals, God of War, and maybe something else they talk about. They are saving every single first-party announcement and first-party update for that big showcase in September. And that's just the way I see it from Sony. If they intend on releasing God of War in October or November, we're going to get that God of War-centric one now, or in July.
November 4th or 18th, God of War.
No.
To coincide with, like, the PlayStation anniversary and things like that?
No, because it was rumored for November. 4th is a good day to put it out. 11th is a holiday, and the 18th is also a good day to put it out. They're also both Fridays.
Interesting.
No.
Okay.
Plus, I live in the future.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Hear me out here.
Yes.
Right?
I'm listening.
You got your God of War centric state of play with your peripherals and all that, right? And I hear you when it comes to saving all the first parties for the big thing in September, but do you end the state of play being like, here's a little treat, oh, by the way, there's more where that came from, stay tuned until September?
No.
God, that would be...
No, they don't do those. They don't say, hey... No, the only thing they ever did was at the end of Hogwarts Legacy, they were like, bring a bed, don't worry, hey, tune in next week. Or instead of saying, we'll see you next time, they said, we'll see you at the next state of play.
Oh.
And then a week later, they announced another state of play. Everybody on Reddit said, hey, you're looking into it, you try hard. And I was like, I'm pretty sure they've never said those words before. And I was right, 100%. Thank you. I'll take my gold. They never gave it to me. Nobody responded. But anyways,
I'll respond and I'll give you gold.
No, don't do that. But yeah, it would be cool. But yeah, Sony's just not one of those people. They want, when they do state of plays, they don't want to tease you for next time. They want to blow you away right now.
They want to give you a blowjob so good that it blue balls you until the next state of play.
Jim will be like, oh, you're liking the games?
See, they can't. Here's what they can't. They won't.
When you finish, a platinum trophy comes out of your pee hole.
Oh my God. They won't like tickle and like play with your balls as you're getting the blowjob, because that would be too much. They'll just blow you. I think Jim's putting all the effort in. Look, you see how his hair's already messed up? You might as well just do an activity that's going to do that, I want him to do that and then come up looking like he's in CGI, of course,
but also like tears coming down his eyes, like his eyeshadow's running. You know what I mean? I want one of those. I want him to chalk. I want a little white coming out of his nose a little bit. I want him to be like, well, and that's what's happening. Fucking, this is why we can't offer things on Game Pass. Like, and also then he'll go into like an 8-hour rant talking about how pets are great and we don't need to talk about women's rights. And what a crazy man. PlayStation, sponsor us, maybe?
I love it, please. Any day they'll sponsor us. Oh my god.
Oh, wow, that was a journey.
That was a journey and a half.
Thank you.
How likely? Very likely. I think.
We hope.
Yeah, I would hope it does happen.
Also, we never got that VR State of Play.
I mean, that was the last one. It had PSVR in it.
Yeah, we only had 4 games. We never got like the VR centric. That was VR and third party centric, I would say. We never got the actual like this is VR, this is blah blah blah. I don't think we're gonna get that until maybe next year now. I think I've flipped on the VR coming out this year. I think I've definitely flipped on that.
You're not gonna flip on God of War not coming out this year.
Absolutely not. There's too many reasons. You've already flipped enough for both of us. We don't need to do that.
Oh, what are we flipping? Pancakes?
I wish. Jim Ryan will the morning after.
Wouldn't you say Horizon was in a similar spot
to God of War?
Year? Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
We kept thinking it was coming out and it wasn't.
I'll tell you why I wouldn't. They didn't reveal any gameplay stuff about Horizon. Horizon wasn't rated by a Korean ratings board. People who were test playing Horizon didn't come out until the beginning of the next year, and I was just blinded by hope. I'm literally not blinded by hope for God of War. I'm just going by literally all the information that I currently have. I still think Sony believes that God of War is coming out this year. There's a chance it could be pushed, but right now Sony still believes that it's coming out this year, and that's why all those things are happening. Corey Barlog just posted that he's playing God of War Ragnarok right now. Corey is not, he's back on Twitter, by the way. He deactivated for a few months. But he is not part of the team working on God of War. He's doing his own thing. He's not the director or anything. But he's playing it because they were like, hey, it's ready for you to play. Let us know what you think. And then we'll go back to change some stuff probably. I guarantee you it's coming out this year, as of right now. Maybe in a couple months.
Space and guarantee.
Yeah, it's a rumor that it's a space game, but we don't know what he's doing.
We haven't heard anything about that one either. Okay.
So, but yeah, no, absolutely, I believe that. I absolutely believe that it's coming out this year. There's no reason for it not to at this current time, based on all the information. Again, Horizon, we were just hoping on hope, and they just didn't talk about it for a couple months. That's why we talked about it all the time, and Kevin was like, guys, it's not coming out this year. And Genesis was like, it's not coming. It could, it's not coming. It could. Like, Justin Oda and I, we stuck our feet in the ground. We're like, it's coming out this year. And every day we were like, Justin Oda, finish the first game. You're like 10 minutes away from beating it. What's happened? But like, yeah, I do believe God of War is coming out this year.
Which he hasn't even beat that one yet. He hasn't even beat the first one yet on that one.
Every day I wake up and somehow you still impress me with the movies and TV shows you watch. So that's okay. You do you, man. Play your own pace.
See, this conversation a year and a half ago would have been, you're a piece of garbage, fuck you, and you haven't played God of War and Horizon, and you fucking idiot. And now it's okay. It's okay. I love you. It's all right. It's okay. No problem.
I never said I love you.
That's moved to me. I upset Adam every day I have my existence.
I would say that's not true, but earlier I did call you the devil. So. But I don't want to be a hypocrite.
No, we're not trying to be Larry here, folks. We're not trying to be Larry.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay. King of Assassin's Creed has laid his decree.
You know what? I'll own the title. I'm the king of fucking Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna fucking fire.
Why are you fucking it? It's a game.
We're doing this all over again. We're gonna remake Assassin's Creed.
Does it fit in the disc hole? I don't understand.
I mean, it depends. Are we talking about micro or are we talking about macro?
Clarify?
I don't need to clarify any further than that.
Don't say that. No.
No, clarify, please. Go ahead. Explain it. Explain your joke. This counts as sexual harassment. I work for you. You're the host.
You don't work for me.
You're the host.
We co-own this thing. We didn't work for me.
I work for you, but not right now. I work for you. I live in the future, and you're serving a 38-year sentence.
And with that, we are ending this podcast.
Oh, God, he's getting up to attack.
We will see you guys again next week. Same time, same place. This is Crafting and Chat signing off. See us next week on twitch.tv/craftingandchat, YouTube. Episode 99 next week, folks. Look forward to the Gundam Evolution review that Kevin and I will have. And everybody stay safe. Go get your vaccines, and we'll see you next week. See you later, bitches.
Pushing down the stairs.
Bye-bye, you lovely, lovely, wonderful people.